Does Judaism actually have articles of faith? Does Judaism demand that I believe in something like eternal life, resurrection, or what have you? Or is it basically a system of actions, of mitzvot? I am supposed to follow certain instructions. I have to lead my life in practice according to certain actions. Well, I don't think that you can get away from the fact that the belief in one God is fundamental. The belief in a God that cares for humanity, that cares for me individually, is basic. But I think everything else we can set aside for a moment and think about the mitzvot, what we actually have to do every day. I realize that people don't believe with the same intensity every day. I know, for instance, that the Holocaust produced many people, and it produced in many people a loss of their faith because they felt that God wasn't present at the time when they needed his help. On the other hand, other people felt their faith actually strengthened by what happened in the Holocaust because they saw God's hand in many subtle ways that others maybe didn't see. Maybe it has to do with this same person was actually involved in Jewish practice before or was not so involved. I am not so sure. But in any event, I think that faith varies. It's not always the same. So how do I get faith? How do I reinforce my faith? I think that there are two basic principles in Judaism that we have to live by. One is the study of Torah. I think the more you study, the more you realize the infinite wisdom of the Creator. The more you delve into the depths of the reasoning of the Torah, how our rabbis explained it, you realize how sage, complicated, intellectually profound the insights that really are in this universe. I read many a time a letter that the Ramban wrote, and he said you have to read every day. He says that one of the worst traits for a human being is to be angry, anger, because then you stop reasoning. Anger makes you lose freedom. You do things because of certain instincts and not through an intellectual process. So he says, avoid anger at all times. And then he says, you have to establish toward the end times for the study of Torah. That is very important. But he says something else also. After you finish a period of study, you have to think, how can you implement, how can you put into practice what you learned a few hours ago? How can you integrate that into your daily life, into your relationship with other human beings? So that in a sense, we see that action really is very important. I think it is a circle. You study, you practice, you study, you practice, and with each step, you understand better what you're studying, and you also relate yourself with real deeds with other human beings. There was a great psychologist, a philosopher, William James, who said many, many years ago that what you do actually forms your psychological personality. With every action, you really reinforce certain traits or for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of yourself, or for your detriment, for the detriment of humanity. So I say to you, we don't believe with the same intensity every day. There are events in life that sometimes make us doubt. On the other hand, certain situations reinforce our faith. Don't think so much about that. What you should do is study Torah and practice what you're studying. Delve into the mysteries of the universe, delve into the mysteries of the human being, and then put it into practice. We're right now in front of a very difficult situation. There is a virus. Well, I think that this is a time for studying, for implementing also all the rules that our advisors, our health advisors tell us to do. And I'm sure that God will protect us all in these trying times.